Hello, Amira. Hello. Hello, Mega. So that's how it works. I didn't know how to switch this thing on. I'm sorry. I didn't know until the 23rd of December what a hashtag was. So I'm getting there. Hello, Amira. So this is a live chat. Okay. I didn't really know what to expect, but hi, Jill. And I can see comments from you on here. If Oh, okay. So I can see your comments in my face. That's how I see it now. Thank you, Jill. Hello, Lena. Thank you for inviting me. I got it. So I can see comments in my face and hearts floating. Looks like, yes, I did, but it didn't work with the laptop, but it did work with the. Oh, hello, Aurelia. It did work with the phone, and I don't use my phone so much, so I'm not a selfie person. I'm not used to watching myself, but here you go. I'm learning. Okay, yeah, I'm Mary. Hello, Andrea. Yeah, so it's a bit of a freestyle because I'm obviously not. I had a homeschooling day as well, so it's a bit of a improvising as much as I can. You should post in the event that the live takes place here. Where? Fayani? And it's a wig, it's not my hair, so it's extra hot. But it's yes, it's so yes, no preparation, just me, just as I come. So thank you for having me. I'm not used to talking to myself like that, but okay, I'm learning. And sorry, I'm just watching the comments coming up, but I'll try and not look at them. Yes, I'm Mary. I wrote a book by accident, as I said in my post at the end of the year. I'm in the middle of chemo. I had chemo on Thursday, and this week is a bit special because I have a few scans, so I'm a bit nervous about the outcome. So I hope everything's clear, but I don't know. So hopefully everything's cancer free, but I don't know. So the last 6 months were kind of tough, but it's okay. Everything will be fine. I'm pretty confident. And yes, my book. My book, which was not planned and has been written by, I don't know how it's been written, but it's there. It's 180 pages. Moye Cecilia. I can see people, I can see names here, but I'm not. So you're watching me. You're watching me, and you cannot talk to me. So I'm talking to you, and you're not talking back, but you're commenting. Okay. It's very okay. I need to get used to this, but okay. So yes, I wrote a book. I didn't mean to, but I did. It's kind of that's it. It's like another PhD thesis. This is why it's my 7th baby. My PhD thesis was my 3rd baby. And then I had a 4th real baby, 5th real baby, 6th baby, and that's my 7th baby. And then, yes, so the publication date is officially out. It's on the 15th of March. But you can order, pre-order if you want. It will be worth it, I promise you. I think the book will empower a lot of people facing any adversity. It doesn't matter which adversity, it will. I think it's not a self-pity book, I can assure you. It's a lot of it's dramatic. You might cry when you read it. You will laugh, because it's still me. I'm a clown. I remain a clown, even through tough times. I remain a clown. It's dramatic, so the topics are heavy. So yeah, you might cry, but you will laugh, I promise you as well. But most of all, you will whoever finds themselves in I call it shit, to be honest, in deep shit, I think we'll find comfort in reading. And so I found myself in kind of a huge shit 6 months ago, when I was diagnosed with cancer out of the blue. Let's call it hell, because it is. So you went to, it's so let me see questions. What made you decide to write it all down? Well, Lena is asking that question. So I was diagnosed with a stage 1 cancer, an adenocarcinoma, which is more of the rare type of cervical cancer. And it was a stage 1, but since it's very aggressive, it's gone from stage 1 to... So I went to Germany and I had a surgery, a very long one. And I woke up and they said it's gone from stage 1 to stage 3. And that's when, I don't know what happened, but well, obviously I got really scared. And I don't know, when you face your, I don't know how to even explain it. It's very, there's no words to explain how, because I'm from the kind of, I understand what it means when it's gone into the lymph nodes, and I understand what it means when it's got a very high proliferation index, the cancer. It's well, I woke up from surgery and they told me it's gone into the lymph nodes, and then so it's gone from stage 1 to stage 3 within 3 weeks. And that's when I felt obviously very scared, like anyone would. And then I was so scared of, let's say, death. Yeah, I was scared of death, that I wanted something tangible for my children. My words, maybe, I didn't mean to write a book. I just meant to I don't know what I had a laptop in the hospital and just started writing. And I wanted my truth to be left with my children. And I honestly thought, and I was on my phone and I did a to-do list, and I just put whatever I needed to do to have my children kind of secured and happy, and if I'm not there. So one of those things was something tangible. I didn't mean to write a book, but it would have been a document, or I don't know, my words that I would have put in a bank, and they would, I don't know. I didn't think this far, but I started writing and a book came out of it. And honestly, I vomited this book out. I did it in 8 weeks. I didn't mean to write 180 pages, but it just, I regurgitated stuff out of my past, which I thought was not there anymore. And I just, And I'm free now. This is the point. I didn't, this is why I don't know until today. This is why I'm speaking like this, because I'm still trying to understand why this happened and how this happened and what I'm doing here with the book. I mean, I'm not a writer. I'm nothing. I'm honestly, I'm just someone who didn't even know what a hashtag was until last month. I didn't know what a hashtag. I didn't know what Instagram was. I don't even know how it works still. But I believe things happen in life for a reason, and I didn't want this cancer. Cancer was the last thing on my mind that I would get, but I got it. And I didn't get a small one, I got a bad one. And I'm not mad at cancer, to be honest. I'm not mad at it. And I believe that it didn't come into my life to hurt me, however strange this sounds. So I don't see cancer as my enemy. What part of your story does it talk about? Andrea is asking, what part of your story does it talk about? What part of my story? The book? It's hard when there's no dialogue. It's just a monologue. You mean the book? What part of the book does... Anyways. So the book talks about... So chapter 2 is I don't know, it's honestly my life. It's just Andrea is confirming what I asked. So it's, let's say, a memoir. It's it starts from my childhood through to my uni, my student years, and my children and my husband and my cancer, and it is just the whole everything. It's just an autobiography. Does it cover your cancer even before? Yes, it covers everything, Andrea. It covers, let's say cancer is not the main topic, neither is my divorce or anything. This is not the main topic. Cancer was the trigger that made everything come out. Everything that I thought was out was not out yet. So when I faced my mortality, when I woke up from surgery, I was scared of death. Like, I don't even know how to. I mean, many women on this site in this group have had this experience, but just the fact that you take life for granted, and then when it's threatened, as in a diagnosis like this, you just realize how lucky you are. And I thought I was already in this kind of mindset that I felt that I'm lucky, but cancer really made everything explode. And I all I want now is to live. Like, this week I have scans, and if all I want is that the report says cancer free or no evidence of disease, or that's all I want. I don't want anything else than that. And I really hope that this is what will come out. I don't want anything else. And unless your existence has been threatened like that, you will never kind of realize how lucky you are. To be honest, it's just all you want is to live, nothing else. I don't want the best job. I don't want a bestseller. I don't want anything in the world than just a report that says cancer free. That's it. I just want to live, to see my children grow. And this is why this whole cancer thing has made everything come out from the past, which I thought, as I said, was kind of already kind of processed, but it wasn't. So So, what's Mega asking? How did you find strength without any family support? Well, I guess I got used to just being on my own all my life. I never had family. Well, you will read in the book how let's say how alone I was, but my family is just my children and I. That's it, and it works. If you ever find yourself alone in the world, it works. It's not easy, but it works. You can, you'll make it. It's very doable. Are you Luxembourgish? Meaning, do you have support? No, Maya, I'm not Luxembourg. I'm Luxembourgish, but I don't have any support. I don't have anyone. I'm a very very on my own. as alone as you can have. I'm alone. I don't have family anywhere. I don't have any support. I find if I'm in the big shit, I'm in the big shit. I don't have any financial support. I don't have any. That's it. I don't have a safety net. I've never had one, and this is what made, let's say, cancer come in the first place. I was pushing my body to the extreme, not by choice, as you can read in the book as well, but I was put in an extremely difficult situation where I couldn't rest or delegate or give. It was all on me, and I pushed my body, and I did not sleep for 18 months. I was awake for 18 months. If you can push your body to the extreme, to the point where your body and mind is so disconnected that you can't even. I was just thinking plan B, plan C, plan D, financial. How do I get myself with these children on my own? How? But I made it. But at the same time, when you don't sleep for 18 months, your immune system is just down, and your cortisol is high, and your adrenaline is high, and of course it just takes oneself to get off track and not get toxified properly by the immune system to cause the cells to multiply indefinitely, and then causing a tumor. So it's I'm not surprised why cancer came. Why cancer appeared in my life. I'm not surprised, because I can scientifically justify it. But this has kind of resolved itself, because this book has liberated me so much that I can sleep. I can sleep wonderfully now, and this is the best outcome that I could have had with this book. This book, it's definitely not a lucrative aim that I'm pursuing, but the aim is already done. That I don't have any hatred. I don't have any negative emotions for anyone. I'm empty. It's like I'm just, all I want is just to live and to be allowed to live. It's stupid, but it's what I want. That's all I want to. Yes, I'm in chemo, and I it's not my hair, and it's a wig, and it's hot, and I'm but everything will be fine, and I'm sure, and I believe that book will be empowering for many people, and especially for because I'm touching a big topic, which is childhood sexual abuse, which has been 16 years of my life, unfortunately. I don't know how I survived this. I have no idea how. Just typing it, I was just typing it out was I have a third person perspective at it now, but just typing it made me realize how strong I was. And I didn't I've never had anyone tell me they're proud of me, or I could do whatever I could achieve whatever I want. Nobody was ever proud of me, and just typing out how strong this little girl was just enough for me to realize how grave it, how horrible it was, how and then I just needed, like, I need to shout. Drink some water, please. You will cool down. Thank you, Mega. Yes, I think just typing it out made me realize how horrible it was, or how horrible it is. And having children myself, I just want to protect every child in this world not to have to go through this shit, which is what it is. We should not sugarcoat stuff, which, as the title said, is cruel. Cruel is cruel. And I was very hesitant. I mean, Linda knows. I was very hesitant in displaying details of the abuse in the book. And I was kind of conflicted with myself. One second. Yes. I was conflicted with myself because I didn't want to obviously expose myself too much, but at the same time I was thinking, if I want to contribute to prevention of childhood sexual abuse, I should not sugarcoat it, and I should not just say abuse. I should give the red flags. I should unravel the mechanism of action of these horrible people, of these men and women. They're disgusting, and they're in our society, and they're everywhere. So if I want to prevent this from happening to other children, I need to raise awareness about how these people work, how they function, how do they get this grooming going. So I decided to give a few kind of examples. And I was, and the fact that I did it shows that I'm not kind of, how do I explain this? So I just wanted to kind of explain how the conditioning works of children in our society, because it's rarely the stranger in the white van that does it. They're mostly people in the circle of trust of the child. And because I say 16 years, so obviously if you're a child and then you think 16 years on, I was a young adult and I was already a functioning professional, and you will see how the conditioning of a child can still work as a young adult. It doesn't matter whether you're 9 or 25, the fear is still there, whether you're your child or not. It doesn't mean anything. And this is why I'm trying to explain in the book, because people have asked me during the trial or after the trial, why did you not say something earlier? But you were an adult, but you should have known better. Kind of blaming me as well, which was interesting. So I tried to kind of, even again, not on purpose, but this book has just written itself. I don't know, I didn't mean to educate or anything, but it's just this book has resulted in something that is very powerful without meaning for it to be. When I read it now, I'm like, did I write this? When did I write this? Because it feels like I wrote it subconsciously, like I didn't mean to. I just vomited out this book. And so yes, I'm trying kind of to raise awareness, to be honest, about this very, very special topic, very, 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 very important topic, because I mean, we're all mothers. Oh, not all of us, but many are mothers on in this group, and maybe we don't talk enough to the children about it, but we should. And there are a few references of books in my book. Because even me now, I don't talk enough about this topic to my own children, but I want to, and I need to give them the red flags. But we also should not give them only red flags, because we will just scare them that the world is just a scary place. We should also give them the green flags. So what is okay and what is not okay, and because I think if someone had come to my school, or to my high school, how do you call it, to secondary school, and they would have said, yes, this is not okay, and this is okay, and your grandfather can touch you there and not there. And you would have had a sense of what's wrong and what's not. But if your only truth is this horrible abuser, that's his truth, and you will not know any better. And this is how I tried kind of to raise awareness. And I think we should talk about this. And this is why in my last post I was like, I really have an urge to speak loudly about this. I'm not and I'm not scared of being exposed, and I'm on the au contraire au contraire, I want to be exposed. I want to I want to provoke. I want to shock, and I want to speak about this because I've been quiet for a very long time. I've been, even after the trial was ended, it was 11 years ago was the trial, and it took 4 years, so it was 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Even after that, I mean, it was out for 4 years in the media, and it was quite mediatized. But then I went back to my life as if nothing happened. So I was I lived in hell. It came out for 4 years, and then I was back into normal society life, married and career and children, and it got back into the taboo section drawer, and it was not out. It was not out enough, and I felt like I needed to do something, and I wanted to start an association, and I was all into, but I was fitting into the society, children, and we don't talk about uncomfortable things, and we should just we have a garden and a car and children and a house, and we buy a house, and we are like fitting into the society, and we don't talk about kind of uncomfortable things, taboo topics as sexual abuse. Let's not talk too loudly about this, because what will the neighbors say? And this is Luxembourg. I mean, I grew up here. Luxembourg's Luxembourg, and I love Luxembourg. But at the same time, it's very hush, like. But just to say, cancer. Cancer made me want to just. What do I have to lose than my own life, kind of thing. It's just this cancer experience was just was horrible. Was hell. I've had many hell situations in my life, but cancer is hell, and there's no sugarcoating it. Chemo is shit. The fear, this horrible fear that you have constantly. I mean, I'm thinking 24/7 about cancer. That's for sure. Any symptom, anything that's new, any symptom that's a headache, for example, I straight away think, okay, I got brain metastasis, or very strange, but this is how it is when, like, you don't trust your body anymore as before. I mean, a simple casual headache is not a headache anymore when you've had a diagnosis like this, for sure. Some cramps will make you think you have a recurrence, or you have a progression of disease, or you have it's a constant, it's a mind game. So it's it's a mind game. It's a very invisible disease. I don't even call it. I never said I was sick. So I like during the past 7 months, when people said, "Oh, you've been sick. Oh, you're you're sick. You're sick." I'm like, sick? What? I'm not sick. I've not seen myself sick in the past 7 months. It's the society's perception that you are sick just because you have a cancer diagnosis. But myself, I've not seen myself as a sick person. So and the problem is with society, or with this disease. It's the misperception of the side effects of treatment with progression of disease. So you only look sick when you are under treatment. So, but people confuse that as a progression of disease rather than realize it's the side effects of the treatment rather than a disease worsening. So in my book, I also try, in my book, it's strange to say my book, I'm sorry, but I'm not an author, I'm not a writer, I'm just someone who just, but okay, in my book, it is my book still. In my book, I try kind of to also to make, to open eyes how to treat someone with a shock diagnosis like this, or how to, what not to say, or what better to leave unsaid, or kind of, I don't know. But there are a few tips on how to deal with someone who's just received a heavy diagnosis like this. Yes. So I'm very excited to have this book out. It's very unplanned, but it's my book. And I recommend anyone to just write. Just write. I mean, it's very healing. I'm not a writer. I've never the biggest thing I wrote was my PhD thesis, which was okay. But it's I'm not a writer. I never write. But just writing something out of fear. It was pure fear of death. That's all I did. I wanted to leave something for my children, and it became a book, and it hopefully will become an empowering document that will, if I can help one person, just one person, realize how beautiful life is and how lucky they are to just be alive. The mission will be accomplished, and if I can persuade someone to press charges against their abuser, that's a bonus, even better. But it's a very empowering book, and I really hope that, and I'm pretty sure, I'm even convinced, I don't even hope, I'm convinced that it will help people. I'm not even, I don't even doubt it, because it's, I know it sounds arrogant, but it's not, I'm very proud of this book, even if I don't really feel like I deserve it, because I've written it in 8 weeks, and it's, I'm just going to close the window. So it's, so I've written it in 8 weeks, which is not a lot, and I've given it, I probably wouldn't have written a scientific document within 8 weeks which should be published, but it's and I was conflicted with myself again. At the end of before the publication, I was conflicted because as I think I put this in my post as well, I was as a scientist, I wanted to produce something very sound, very perfect. And I was reading the first draft, because I only did one draft, and I wanted to produce something good, perfect, as I would have done it if it was for work. And sorry, I just put the charger. And I was conflicted with myself again, because I saw I was using lots of synonyms. I mean, not enough synonyms, and I was using many words which were sounding the same, and I didn't like the structure of the sentence. But then I was thinking, shall I change it? Shall I not? Shall I? And I didn't. It remains the first draft, because it's written in the fear. It's written during chemo. It's written in the hospital bed. It's written in pure hell. And I didn't want to remove that authenticity, because you can feel the fear in the lines. You can feel how I mean, I wrote it while I was, yeah. You will see in the book why the fear is there. It's yeah, so I left it, and the editor did not, I mean, the publisher didn't even ask for me to change anything, which showed me that it was good enough for him, for them. And they didn't even ask. And what surprised me as well is they didn't ask me to include details of the abuse, which I was very surprised about, because I guess publishers would want to have sensations and kind of the dirty stuff. But I was very happy about that. And it just showed me that it moved them enough. My first draft, I didn't do many drafts, I just did one draft. And they were happy enough to not even ask me for any edits, which showed me it was good enough without having to unravel dirty details of abuse and kind of to get people reading. So this is why it's my first draft, and it's like you're reading my journal, my diary, my journal intime. So it's like you're reading pages of my I don't even know in English, journal, diary. Yes. Any other questions? I don't know how does it work. So I can go down. Oh, okay, I can scroll back up to see the questions. I see this book is the. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, going. Let's see if there's other. Okay, Mega's telling me to drink some water. I've seen that. Anyone wants to ask any question? I'm scrolling. Aurelia, hi Aurelia. Does anyone have any question? It's strange to talk to myself. I'm sorry, I'm not used to that. Did you structure the book on paper before you start? No, I didn't, Jill. I just wrote it like a. I just honestly, when I say vomited this book out, I did. I just. I am. Sorry, I just tried to get this charger going. It's I don't have much. Yes, this book has just. Ugh. Okay. Hello, Zara. No, this book has vomited itself. I know it's a strange thing to say. I regurgitated this book. It wrote itself, as I say. What's Maya asking? So how do you see it? Are you fighting the cancer, or is it a battle, or are you trying to trick it? Oh, that's a good question. How else? So Maya. So Maya is asking, how do you see it? Are you fighting the cancer, or is it a battle, or are you trying to trick it? Or how else would you define it? So when I got the diagnosis, which was a kind of a big, I mean, the doctor, when she told me, she was crying herself. She just cried. Anyways, she was, and that was traumatic. I think this is PTSD. This is the moment you get these three words, kind of. And the way she told me was, she said it was invasive, aggressive, rare. All these words make it look like okay, that's it. You don't have much to live. That's it. So I mean, I wrote this post on your group, very, very scared. Like I broke down in front of Kirchberg Hospital. I broke down really broke down. And then lovely Iman connected me to Germany. Anyways, so in that period, I was very, very, very scared of this invisible monster, which is cancer. I mean, it's an invisible monster. You don't have symptoms. I didn't have. It's just you could have stage 4 and you have no symptoms, and you could have stage 1 and you have symptoms. It doesn't mean anything. It's you could go from stage 1 to a stage 4 without any symptoms, and symptoms just come when it's big enough kind of to press on a nerve, or to produce any, or if you're lucky enough to have cancer which causes symptoms. So it's often that you go from, you get a diagnosis at a later stage. But what I wanted to say is, in the beginning I was scared of cancer as being this invisible monster. And then I did my the surgery, chemo, radio, horrible, everything horrible, honestly horrible. I don't wish that upon anyone, this horrible side effects. Anyways, my body's butchered and everything's burned inside, and but it's okay. I have old people's, very, very old people's problems now, but that's okay. It's okay. Everything will be fine. I'm happy to take anything as long as I can live. But anyways, it was an invisible monster at that point. And then I have a second chapter in my book which is called the second wave, which describes kind of a few months ago. But at that point, I was looking at cancer into kind of perspectives. The first one was the invisible monster, which I didn't know anything about, and he was scary, and he was coming to kill me, and I'm, it was invisible. It was very scary. And then I have a second kind of realization where I become this me again, that I know I am me, and I'm the scientist, and I'm very technical, and that's where I went and analyzed my tumor, and I sent it to America, to the US, and I sequenced it genetically to the maximum, and I checked which chemo would work for me and which would not, and I analyzed it thoroughly, and that's when I changed my perspective on cancer, when it became just another PhD thesis for me, where I know which receptors I'm dealing with and which are the kind of which mutations and which whatnot. And in that, when you change your perspective on cancer like this, you're not scared anymore as you were before, because it's not invisible, it's not unknown, it's not this monster that's out there to get you. It's just becoming more technical, and I just look at it now as a cell with receptors and proteins and mutations and not, and it's and this is why now I see my cancer, I say my cancer because I don't want to be identified with other cancers, but my cancer is my cancer, and it has specific properties which are unique to my cancer. This is why I'm not scared anymore. Yes, Maya was asking this question. So I'm not fighting cancer. I'm trying to live with it as a very, very vigilant if anything comes up, and I have my plan B and my plan C if I'm in big shit again. I call it shit because it's shit. So if I'm plan B, I will use immunotherapy, because I should have a very good response to that. And if it doesn't work, I have this work. I have my plans lined up as I do it all my life. I always have plan B, C, D, E. So Lise Marie Kruger is asking, how do you reconnect your body and mind day to day? Well, my both were very disconnected, honestly, to the point where, you will read things in the book that I did which you would say are superhuman. But they are, because life pushes you in a way that's the only choice you have to survive. And survival was at its best all my life. I'm 37 years old, but I feel like I've been in, I don't know if there are scientists out there, but the fight or flight mode. I've been in fight or flight mode all my life, kind of. I'm always ready to fight a tiger, or how they call it in those Netflix series. So yes, I'm always ready to fight, and the cortisol is high and the immune system is down. But that's finished. Since this book is kind of out, it's my body and mind are very connected. And I yawn. I wasn't even able to yawn. Yeah, it's yawning when you're tired. Like, oh, I couldn't do that. I did not sleep for 18 months straight. I did not have one REM sleep in 18 months just to survive. And I could not switch off anymore. I was just so wired until my immune system just broke down, and cancer was just, it was a good environment for cancer to thrive. Yes, I was pushing my body to the extreme, to the point where I gave birth to my 5th baby, my beautiful Alexander. Oh, he's just he turned 2 yesterday, and he's just this beautiful ball of human being. He's just adorable, and I love him so much. But he was born in the middle of the shit. And I gave birth to him. I drove myself to the maternity in Luxembourg, and I drove myself with contractions on my own, and I gave birth, and he just slipped out of my body, a 4-kilogram baby. And then 4 days later, I was just in my suit, trying to pitch to 6 experts, scientific experts in the Laboratoire National de la Santé for a job interview. 4 days postpartum, I was just standing there as if nothing happened, as if I didn't even push him. He just slipped out of my body. But this 4-kilogram baby just came out of me. And 4 days later, I was standing in front of a panel pitching some scientific stuff. And I had milk. Milk was just, and my baby was crying in the car with my friend Fayani. And I just this, 4 days, and your hair is good, and your makeup is put on, and 4 days, and you had a 4-kilogram human being come out of your body. But he's just beautiful. Anyways, all I wanted to say about this is not it's just that the body is just capable of going to the extreme when there is need for it, and when the determination is just so strong that it's a survival at its best. And I think all my life I've just sharpened these survival tools so badly that not because I wanted to, but because I had to, that now I just, and I don't want to go, I don't want to survive anymore. I just want to live now. I've had enough shit, and I think it's enough. I think I deserve some quiet now. I hope. I've had enough punches in the face, and I think that's this book was kind of the conclusion of the shitty period of my life, and now the new era is coming where good stuff, only good stuff's happening, and I'm I'll just check if there's other. So Lena is asking, how open about your struggles are you with your boys? They ask me, obviously in the book I also describe how they ask me which tummy did you come from, and which color is your mommy's house, and do you also have a mama and papa, and so on, and what are their names, and they and all I used to say is like, they've not been nice to me, and this is why mommy doesn't want to talk to them. But yes, I did not say anything about the abuse to them because they're, I think, too young. But I might change that soon, because my eldest is 8, so I might, I don't know. I must have a strategy. I don't want to shock them. I don't know if it's shock, but you have to use the right terms, and you should not scare them that the world is just a scary place, because it's not. It's beautiful, but you just have to use the right tone with the right terms. You cannot just scare them and tell them do not talk to strangers and don't take any presents from, and don't yeah, because they're not strangers. That's the point. It's never strangers. They're just there's the aunt and the friend and the teacher and it goes on, and it's hard to know how to deal with this properly. And yeah, Lena struggles. What other struggles? So I've had a lot of struggles. Cancer. At the beginning, I didn't say cancer. I didn't say the word cancer at all. I could not, because they were, I don't know, they knew that people could die from cancer. So I just said the bobo. But now with the second wave, I have a whiteboard at home, so I made a biology class out of it, and I explained what a cell was and how a cancer can return, and this is why I will have medicine in my port. This is my port. This is where the chemo goes in, and so I explained to them, this is why mommy will be kind of sick again and will lose the hair again, and they cut my hair. They shaved my hair in the end, so that was good. Everyone could cut a ponytail, and then the lady just shaved it off, and they could shave it off as well. So they were happy. We made a game out of it, and I think they're fine. They look stable. There's no kind of, the teachers are happy, and there's no kind of instability so far. So I'm trying my best to keep them happy as much as I can. Oh, thank you, Amira. That's very sweet of you. Yes. Any other questions you are dying to ask? Yes, my book. It's I actually want to dialogue. It's strange, but I'm not used to talking to myself or looking myself. I never do selfies but it's I want to talk to you. Can you not talk to me? Is there no option to talk to me? Who is my support network? I don't have anyone. I have support network would be I honestly, if who's my support network? I have a few friends, but they have their families as well. So everyone has their struggles, but I think, not everyone has parents. I understand that, but the fact of being totally alone in the world is, I think, what you cannot describe it, I think. And I've been on my own all my life. So it's you have no safety net. And I think people don't realize how lucky they are to have not even mom or dad, not everyone has that either, but to have someone to have someone look out for them, to have I don't know, nobody's ever said I'm proud of you, or I could do whatever, I could accomplish anything, but nobody's ever said I am proud of you, or I will be there for you, I am there for you, or I have friends, but what's family? I don't know what family is. So for my family is, these are my sweet babies that I will do anything for. It's just and they are the ones that are keeping me alive, to be honest. I will see in the book that it was not always the case, that I was this writing this book, to be honest, is very enlightening for me. It's a huge self-analysis, this book. Aren't friends better family than family? Yeah. It's friends are friends, but family, oh, my children, yes, my children are my everything. That's for sure. But what I wanted to say is, this book is a huge, it's honestly just a huge self-analysis. That's all it is. And many things made sense as I wrote them, and I didn't realize why I chose this life partner, for example. And you realize that the foundations that are set far back in your childhood have a huge impact on your life decisions or life choices 30 years afterwards. And and the way you behave and the way you are, and the way you are a yes person and a people pleaser, and that's me. I'm a people pleaser, and I was. That's not me anymore at all. I say no now when I don't want to do anything. I say no when I cannot. I put myself first, and this is the whole thing about this book that was great. it's thanks to this book. I'm not even a book. This journey, this vomiting of stuff, negative stuff, vomiting negative stuff is out. Everything's out. Thanks to that, I realized that I come first now, and if I don't come first, my children don't have a mom anymore. So I don't have any. I never put myself first. Never. I put everyone's needs and feelings and before mine. That's for sure all my life. That's what you get when you don't have any healthy foundations in your childhood. That's for sure. You try to please everyone, and it's conditional love. It's not unconditional. It's either you conform or you are not accepted, or if you don't conform, you are rejected, and you quickly learn how this works in real life. So if you don't do as is expected of you, you are rejected. And as life goes on, this pattern repeats itself. So you become a yes person and a people pleaser and a nice person and kind, very, very happy and very... But I am... So let's say my first chapter of my life, I mean, if you read my my blurb, I didn't know what a blurb was until my publisher said, but the blurb is this back thing on the. So he told me you have to write a powerful blurb. So I wrote this back cover thing, and I don't know if you read it. If any of you read the back cover of my book, it says 16 years of forced smiles. And it's so they were forced smiles. So my first kind of half of my life was fake smiling to survive and to not raise suspicion of the abuse. And then this half now that I'm starting, this new era, I would call it new era, is it's genuine smile. And it might sound crazy, and I'm in the middle of chemo, and it's shit from the shittest of the shit, but it's but I'm a very lucky person. I feel very grateful, and I'm happy, and it's very strange for someone that's in the middle of chemo and in fear and in to say that, but it's I'm very, very lucky, and and I think and I believe that if you're kind in life, that good things happen to you. And I've always gone by this all my life. You remain kind and trusting, and think good things happen to you. And this, I was never disappointed. And I don't see cancer as a bad thing happening to me. It's not a good thing either. But it didn't come to hurt me. I'm pretty sure it did not come into my life to hurt me. It came to give me a lesson, or to wake me up, or it's a wake up call. That I need to put myself first now, and that I have another kind of, I need to speak, I need to shout, I need to help children out there. I don't know, I need to protect, I don't know, I feel like I need to do something, and somehow, which is weird, like people's perception on your own life may be totally different from your own perception, because like with each, let's call it shit, because it's, I mean, struggles are shit, and with each shit, people would tell me, oh, Mary, you're very unlucky. Oh, another, oh, Mary, you're very unlucky. Oh, again. Oh, you're never quiet. You always have shit after shit after shit after. And but then my response would be like, no, I don't see myself as an unlucky person. I've never seen myself as an unlucky person. It was always it's strange, because people's definition of what's luck or happiness is totally different from yours. So maybe because I don't have a husband and the house, I mean, I have a house I'm renting, it's not mine, but maybe the definition of kind of stability or happiness is totally different from me than for someone who's conforming to society's expectations. But it's I always, my reply is always, I'm a very lucky person. I have these beautiful children that are I mean, I don't know, even I just love them so much that I don't even have words to describe how much I love these little chill human beings that love me, and I've never had anyone love me this. It's and it's unconditional, and it's pure, and it's innocent, and there's no expectation. They don't love me because they want anything from me. They just love me because they're just beautiful. They innocent, and I love all the children in the world. It's just I have a lot of empathy for children, and when people see me with my children, they sometimes think that we're sisters. Oh, I'm their aunt, like I'm not their mother, because I don't know, maybe I'm reliving my childhood through them. It's like I feel I've not had a childhood, that's for sure. I have not had an adolescence. I've not had I mean it was shit, totally shit. Like I can't even, it's hell. Like I remember a sentence that I wrote in the book, where I say, I hated my life. I hated my life morning to evening, through the night, and repeat. And it was just repeat. It was I hated my life. I was living a double life. I had, but you will see that in the book, and I hope you will not cry, but you might cry, because it's kind of how a human being can do such harm to another human being is just, I don't know. But this is how we will raise awareness, and this is why I want this stuff to be shared, because we need to shock and provoke, and we need to talk about this, even if it's uncomfortable. We must. We all have children, and we will. It's our duty to not have anyone go through this horrible years of. I don't even know how I put someone in prison. I mean, how did I little Mary, put someone in prison? I don't know, and I don't know how I did it for 4 years, to stand there and being humiliated by horrible lawyers, attacked, and I was pregnant 2 times. I don't know, and love makes you do things that are superhuman. And so Joanne is asking, have you gone through therapy? I have, yes, I've tried a few, but I have very good, I have a lovely lady that, she's wonderful. And of course you have to go through many therapists until you find the right fit, but it's a must. I mean, how you cannot make sense of all of this if things don't make sense if you don't have anyone give you another perspective, a professional one. And in my book also I was saying it, why did I decide to publish? Why? I mean, I was very hesitant as well to publish, because it's, I mean, I'm exposing myself. It's obviously some, I mean, it's, I'm giving you, it's like I'm giving you my life, details of my life, and people would say it's private. It's private. No, it's not. It's not private anymore. It for me, it was not enough. It was not enough for a one-to-one chat with a therapist. It was too much. It was too much shit. I mean, it was way too much shit to be talked between just the two of us. No way. I needed to share. I needed to help. I needed to vomit it out in the book, and I did. But it's I felt like unless I stand up for myself, nobody else will do it. And I had to do it for myself. I had to do it for this little girl that nobody protected. I really had to do it. It just came, this book just was very natural, however strange this sounds. And I'm still kind of confused because it's like I'm asking myself, how did I even write this thing? But it's like it was meant to be. Like things are somehow falling into place without meaning to. But it's like it's meant to be, and I don't know what the future holds, but I definitely know what I don't want in my life, and who I don't want in my life, and who I need in my life. And it's kind of after every shit you make the filter of your friends or whatever, but it's like you reevaluate your life. And this is how I honestly don't know why I wrote a book. I didn't mean to. I honestly didn't mean to, but it's a big fat thing, which will which will help. It helped me. That's the first aim. It helped me a lot. Like, I mean, I sleep. I can close my eyes and I can sleep without worrying about even cancer, which is strange, but I don't even worry about that. I can close my eyes and sleep, and I don't worry about finances, and I don't worry about anything anymore. I don't have any hatred, no negative feelings for abuser or anyone else. I just don't have any bottled up negative feelings. All I want is just be happy with my children, and that's it. And if I can make people realize how beautiful life is, honestly, how lucky or how grateful I am to be just alive, and to be told by a report that I can live on. That's all I want. But yes, honestly, I don't know how this book happened, but yes, here it is. It's there, and it's going to be really good because it's not just a book. It's a very powerful book, and I don't obviously have a style for writing, or I'm not a writer at all. But the way I write, the publisher liked it because it's he called it what is economic. So I don't use too many words. I just get to the point. So it's he said it's Lina's asking, was it hard to find a publisher? It was he needed a good manuscript. He wouldn't have published something shitty probably, but he was happy with the first draft, and he said he was so captivated by the book. He was so captivated by the book that he read it in one sitting, and I was like, well, okay. I mean, these are very nice words, and I am a very humble person, because it's I mean, as you can see, I'm not the most outgoing person, and but at the same time, I think it's I don't know how I wrote a book, but I did. It's so I write very economical. So apparently I write small sentences just to say the important. So I don't write too much. And there's a lot of humor as well, and which makes it nice, because it's not just a sad story, and it's definitely not a sad story. It's not a self-pity, definitely not, and I cannot handle pity. I'm not if I cannot attract pity, I'm not I reject pity, because I really, really believe in honestly, as you can see throughout the book, it's the positive mindset. That's my main kind of driving force to get through anything. And especially now in cancer, the positive mindset is 50% of the healing. Honestly, if it has a direct effect on your immune system. If you are if you're positive. I mean, I told Lena yesterday, all your posts in this group, this crème de la crème, about Bridgerton. I told her that I binge watched it. I didn't know what it was, but this Bridgerton topic made me curious, so I binge watched it, and I told Lena it was a very good immune booster, because it was. I mean, if you're happy, your immune system's happy and you're boosted, and your cells are happy, and your cortisol is down, and your immune system's down, and the immune system is up, and it can fight as it should. And if you're stressed, the same thing happens. It's as powerful. The negative thinking is as powerful as positive thinking, and this is very obvious in the placebo effect in randomized clinical trials. So if you have a group of people getting a placebo drug, and they don't know what they're getting, they think they're getting the drug, and they're not getting anything kind of active in the medicine, they have a favorable effect on their disease, even if there's nothing kind of drug like active substance in it. But the opposite is as powerful. The negative, if you have a doctor who tells you have 6 months to live, or there's nothing else we can do for you, if you just take that as truth, and you go home and you go under your blanket and you say, the doctor said I can't do anything, that the doctor in white said we can't do anything. So this is as powerful, because the immune system reacts as just as powerful to this negative thinking as the other way around. So all my life is just this positive mindset. You surround yourself with positivity, and you just let go of any negativity, and this is how it has actually a real physical effect on your health. So how could you find that positive mindset so fast, considering your circumstances? Liliana. So positive mindset, I think, in my children. I look at these little faces, and and then I tell myself, there's no way a bunch of cells robs me of my existence. There's no way. No. Does this cancer not know whose body they kept in? It's like, no, seriously? Did you get into this body? No. And I believe it's I've become friends with this cancer now. We're not enemies. And the more I learn about it, the more you learn about your enemies, let's call it enemy for now, but the more you learn about your enemy's weak spots, the better you can fight them or fight it. If you know which strategy your enemy uses to survive, it's far easier to block this strategy smartly rather than just throwing any chemo at it blindly. So, of course, it's all money. I spend a lot of money just analyzing this stuff and getting expensive tests just to get to know my cancer better and not to be scared anymore. So it's and I try to get away from this, as I said before, this pity. People tend to pity you, and I'm not, and I explain in the book that it's okay. I always had kind of a week after each shock. I had lots of shocks, but after each shock I have kind of a week of victimhood where I just have to absorb the shock and make sense of it. But there's no added value in staying in this victimhood for any longer than that. You have to activate your driving force and get going and get proactive about solving the issue, whatever it may be. This is why I talk about adversity, whether it could be anything. Adversity happens to everyone and on different levels, but adversity, whatever it is, and you have 1 week of shock and anger and sadness and all these kind of negative feelings, but then after that there's no added value in staying in this state. You need to get going, get proactive about it, and get going. You cannot stay in this state, and you need to surround yourself with people that will not give you this pity. You cannot have people cry in your face. You cannot. It's very natural and human. It's perfectly fine in the beginning, but there's no added value for the patient or for whoever's going through adversity to stay in this sad stage for any longer than that, because it's just preventing them from going forward. You need to it's very important to surround yourself with people that will push you forward rather than inadvertently. It's well-meaning. It's not even, there's no ill intentions. It's just people have a reflex to pity or to say the wrong things at the wrong time. But it's not no offense taken usually, because it's all well-meaning usually in cancer context or whatever. But this is why in my book also I explain how we tend to compare people's adversities and kind of judge them, and people have opinions how other people should behave in certain adversities, and this is wrong. We all have thresholds. We all deal with different thresholds, with different adversities differently. We cannot because people used to tell me, oh, but you've gone through so much. My problem is nothing compared to yours. But this is wrong. It's not fair. Your smaller problem has the same right to be voiced and heard as my big shit. It's not because my shit is bigger that your little shit does not count. It's wrong to say that, because we all have different thresholds. I didn't go from talking about cancer like this. It's because I've been conditioned, or I had no choice. I was in survival mode for 37 years. So if saying, I don't know, your husband cheats on you and this is your biggest shock of your life, and you find out, pregnant or not, but you find out that he's been cheating on you, if this is your biggest issue, if this has been your biggest issue of your life, then it is a huge deal. It's not small. For me, when mine cheated on me, and I found out when I was 8 months pregnant, for me it was not as big of a shit, because sorry to say that all the time, but it's a shitty shit. It wasn't, because I've had bigger shit. So the little cheating, even though it was horrible because I was 8 months pregnant, and I was still in my survival mode, and I could deal without family, and I could just keep going for my children, and I was coping fine. But if without parents, without anyone, but if this was your situation and you've had a perfect childhood, or not perfect, but a normal childhood and a normal life, and this was your biggest kind of shock, then understandably someone could just jump off the window, jump off the balcony. And this is totally, it depends on your threshold. It depends how many punches you've had before, and this is how you will deal with further punches. But I think the punches, I've had too many punches, but and I feel like I think I don't deserve any more punches, to be honest. I think I've had enough punches. It's like I'm tired of fighting, and I don't want to fight anymore. And I think this book was my last. The fight is over, and this is my book is my chapter closed. And this is why I always say the new chapter can now begin with the children, and I can just be happy and leave everything behind, and I have no negative feeling, and I forgive, and I will never forget, but I will forgive, because you forgive for you don't forgive. When you forgive, you don't do it for the other person, you do it for yourself. And if you let go, and it's out. And there's no negative feelings anymore towards anyone, really. I'm empty, totally empty. It's I don't know how to describe it. I'm happy. I'm a happy person, however strange this sounds. I'm a happy Mary. I had my children all day long. They were very sweet, and it's I'm a lucky mummy. I'm a very lucky mummy to have these beautiful children surround me and call me mummy. There's nothing better than they call me mummy, and the hugs and the unconditional love I've never known before. It's just oh. Anyone have any more questions? Moje Marguerite. Free, yes. So I will scroll up to see if anyone has any question. And then, how will you go about marketing your book beyond Luxembourg? Oh, I don't know. I don't. This book is just my hobby. It's not my. It's not my full-time job. This book is just a side fun, and it's a nice physical distraction. To be honest, it's not just. It's been a very emotional healer, unintentionally, not on purpose, but at the same time, it's been a very physical distraction, because all these, even you like all of you, when I did that post, I had, you know why I did that post in December? So I had as I said, I mean, you will read in the book, I had kind of a second wave. So I had the first wave, and then I had the second wave, and then so it was, so I had a scan in December, a CT scan, and so I had a CT scan, and it was very negative. So it was good. My lungs were free again, and I needed to shout my joy. I needed to scream how happy I was to be told that I could live on. It's very strange, but I just needed to tell someone that I can live on. I'm allowed to live on some more. And I didn't have anyone to tell. So I told my children. They were very happy, but it was not my child. It was not the day I had my children. They were with their father, so I couldn't tell them. So I told my I met a nice guy. He's lovely. He's beautiful. He's so even if you're divorced, and even if you think all men are shit, you can still love again and find a loving relationship with a new person, a new partner. It's just, this guy has been there. We were dating for 1 year, and then this cancer came, and he was there. Anyways, you can love again. This is what I mean to say. So I wanted to shout how happy I was to be able to live some more. And I didn't have anyone to tell. I didn't have mama or papa or whoever to tell. The CT scan was good. It was good. I didn't have anyone to kind of share my joy. And this is when I decided to post on your group, when I said, remember me. I said, remember me and thank you. And this is what I mean with all your beautiful comments. I mean, I was very, 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 very touched. I even cried. I cried at the comments, because I guess I'm not used to kindness, but I was really, really touched by all your comments. And what I mean is, your comments and the book and all this, what's going on now, is a nice physical distraction to cancer, but at the same time it's helping my immune system indirectly. So because I'm happy, my immune system's happy, and because I'm happy, it's a win-win. Everyone's happy. My cells are happy, my immune system's happy, and hopefully tomorrow my scan's happy too, and my CT scan's happy on Thursdays too, I hope. So everything will be well. I'm sure. I'm confident, and I have this mantra that I have it on my wall here. It's and you know, it's can you read it? It's when it's one of those. I ordered these buddy boxes from the UK. They're really nice. They're kind of you get a box every month, and it's they're like goodies in there, and quotes and cream and things like goodies, but they're kind of uplifting, motivational, and they're really, really good if you want to kind of give yourself some love. Self-care. It's all about self-love and self-care, and this is my new chapter. It's all about this. Me first. No more. If I'm tired, I sleep. If I'm hungry, I eat. I don't, not me first. Anyways, sometimes I still have kind of, obviously I'm human. Often, not sometimes. I often, because I'm still in the middle of this shit. I'm not over it yet. But sometimes I have this. I don't know. I would be seeing maybe someone from school, or I'd be at the school waiting, and I would be seeing people, and of course they look carefree, but they might have huge luggage as well. It should not. I talk a lot about this in the book as well, like how appearances are deceiving. Like you should not just take anything at face value. You should question it, and you should look behind the facade. It's not always as you think, but sometimes, yes, I do it too. When I see people that look happy or carefree, and I believe that they are carefree, that their biggest worry is, what do I cook for dinner, kind of. And my biggest worry is kind of totally out of context. When I have this, I sometimes have this huge, overwhelming fear overtake me. I don't know how to describe it. I have fear of death again. It's like a realization again. It's kind of a punch in the face, which reminds me. It's a reminder when I see other people, or when people talk about stuff in 10 years or 20 years, and then I think straight away, am I still there? Am I going to still be there with my children? I mean, it's normal reflex after something like this, but when I see this and I get this huge fear, horrible fear, I developed I developed this mantra, call it mantra, call it whatever, but it's something that I tell myself to convince myself that everything will be okay, and it works enough. But it says, no one is you, and that is your power. So I say to myself, because my name's Mary, I say, no one is Mary, and that is my power, because it's I guess you know what it means. It mainly says, like, no one is you, so you are unique, and that is your power. So nobody is me, and that is my power. And in saying that, I mean, I've been through hell. Honestly, if just thinking about it, I don't even know why I'm still here or how I'm still here, but I've gone through horrible things, and the fact that I'm still here shows that is my power. That's my nothing. Well, I cannot say nothing can break me, but I believe that everything is doable, and I'm happy. And this is the first step. I am genuinely happy, and I've never been this happier before. Sounds totally crazy again, because I'm in the middle of chemo and I don't have hair. It's not my, but it's I'm happy, and I've never been happier. I'm free. And it's strange because I was not free before, and I wasn't happy before, and I didn't know. And I didn't know what happiness was until cancer came into my life, which is totally strange, but it's very weird. I talk to you like like you're my friend. Like I know you. I don't even know who I'm talking to there. I'm just talking to the wall. But it's I strangely enough, I'm 37 years old, and I've never known happiness until cancer came into my life. Which is strange. Aggressive cancer, horrible chemo, horrible shitty radiotherapy, and horrible surgery, and butchering me. My body's just butchered, and I have side effects of old people, and I'm in the middle of menopause. But it's fine. It's totally fine because I'm free and happy, and freedom. I think freedom is huge. This is the I've never been free. All that people know as freedom, even as an adult, I've never been free until now. And not just free physically. Okay, I'm divorced, I'm free physically, that's fine. But free, totally empty. I don't have any hard feelings for anyone. I love everyone. No, I don't love everyone. I honestly don't. But I'm just free. I just don't have any hatred. That's already good. I don't love everyone. That's fair enough. I shouldn't. Not everyone deserves my love anyways. But I'm free. I don't have any hatred. I don't have any negative, because it's waste of time. There's no point in wasting time on something that you can't change. So you just empty. And this is why cancer came into my life, I think, as a lesson, but not to hurt me. I don't believe that it came to do me, to take me away from my children, that's for sure. I believe that it didn't. I think there's a greater purpose somewhere there. I don't have all the puzzle pieces yet, but slowly things kind of fall into place, and I make sense of what's happening, and there Iman is watching, it says. Well, Iman, as Iman said, and I mentioned her in my book as well, she said, unless you're on your knees and really physically unable to stand up and fight, that's when you call yourself sick or incapable. But until then, no way. You keep going. It's and life is beautiful, and I don't know how to convince sometimes people that it's just I thank you, Iman. I don't know, it's things make sense. I speak like an 80-year-old sometimes. I do. And I believe, unfortunately, life wisdom or kind of life lessons of life come with struggles. So the more struggles, the more lessons, and I've had many lessons, unfortunately, and I might have a different perspective on life than other 37-year-olds. Maybe I think so, and I actually believe so. I don't always speak like people my age. I speak like an old person that's gone through war and that's lived through horrible things. So I have a lot to give, and I want to give, because and especially on that topic, we need to protect our children. It's a topic that's very, very close to my heart, because it's my life. I've been abused for 16 years of my life. It's I don't even know. And the books were my escape. Usually sometimes people just go off track, but I escaped into a kind of a positive way, into studying more to escape reality. But it's I think, I don't know. Sometimes I'm amazed, like surprised at how I'm still here. but I am, and I am going to be here for a very long time still to give back and to enjoy my beautiful children. They're just, I keep talking about their children, but they're just everything to me. They're just, I'm a lucky mummy. Does anyone have any more questions? I'll scroll back up. And if not, you make me look. Oh, thank you, Balsam. Balsam is very sweet. Marguerite is asking, when is the book coming out? It's the publisher said, well, today he wants to have a countdown of the launch, so you can pre-order this week when the website comes on, and it's going to go on Amazon and the book trade internationally in China. That's so crazy, but it's going to go, I don't know, everywhere. We just translate it into Chinese and Mandarin and Cantonese and every language. We just need to get the message out, to be honest, because this topic is not just in around here, it's just everywhere. So I mean, I'm happy to pay translations to get this out. I'm honestly self-funding here quite a lot to get these translations done, to get the word out, and I don't have any obviously lucrative aim at this. I'm not that's the last of my aims, but I need to shout. I need to get the word out that things need to change, or raise awareness of disgusting people in our society that hurt children, not just children, and beyond as well. And so my website will be going live, I think, this week, and then I will have a pre-order button on my website, and then there's Amazon pre-order, and there's I don't know, I didn't really understand what he was saying. He speaks English but really fast. So it's so the publisher is in London. He speaks proper English. But also it's jargon. It's not my world. So he said pre-order this week will be available. And then, yes, the actual launch, and I don't know what that means exactly, but I'm going along with, with the flow. It's the 15th of March would be the official launch. So maybe I'll have the two languages in parallel, the three languages launching together, because that would give me enough time to get the other translations done. So we would have German, French, and English, and Arabic. We'll do Luxembourgish as well. We should do Luxembourgensia. It's everything that includes Luxembourgish art, culture, literature, music. So we'll translate into Luxembourgish as well. Why not? Let's go crazy. But sorry, I just joined. Okay, there's no more question. Okay, so thank you very much for listening to me. I don't know who listened to me exactly, but I don't know, I'm just talking to myself. I will try and focus on my on my positive mindset this week to get this week I don't have chemo, but next week I have chemo again, but to get my scans, and if the scans are not good, I will have plan B and plan C and plan D, because there's always a solution to everything, I'm pretty sure. There's never a dead end. I don't believe in that. Thank you, Lina. I thank you for listening to my voice. I try to drink, as Mega said, and I will keep you updated for sure. And thank you very much for sharing my page, and please help me get this book out. It's really worth it. I'm trying to promote here, but it's really, really good. I didn't know I had a talent. Honestly, no, I'm just joking, but it's readable. No, it's brilliant. It's perfect, actually. I'm amazed at my you know, talent. No, it's very good. It's readable. It's easy to digest in one go. I think if you have 6 hours, you can easily take it in. Binge read. I mean, you binge watch Bridgerton. So thank you very much, Lina. Thank you very much. And I'm Egyptian, by the way. Egyptian, Italian. Someone asked, I think, Amira asked whether why my hair. It's not my hair. Why my skin is brown. Thank you very much. Have a good, what are we? I don't know what time it is. Have a good evening. Have a good evening. Bye.